was reading the sports section of the local newspaper just the other day, and I noticed that a football player in the next to last game of the season had recorded a sack of the quarterback. Actually, he recorded a half of a sack to the quarterback. So for the year, at the end of the season, he ended up with 9.5 sacks. If two players work together to sack the quarterback, they each get a half. Well, it turns out that they reviewed the film, and instead of just giving this player a half sack, they gave him the full sack. So instead of 9.5 sacks on the season, he had 10 sacks. Now I know what you're thinking. What's the difference? 9.5 sacks, 10 sacks. Either way, he had a pretty good season. The reality is, there's a huge difference between 9.5 and 10, and it's a lot more than 0.5. The difference between 9.5 and 10 is actually 1 million. Now you're thinking, 1 million? What are you talking about? Well, as it turns out, this player's contract had a performance clause in there. And the performance clause said that if he reached 10 sacks for the season, he would get a $1 million bonus. So there's about 1 million reasons why he was much happier with the 10 sacks than the 9.5. Now you might think that this is just a small difference, and I would agree a half sack is a small difference, but it made a big difference for this player. And as leaders in an organization, there's things that we can do that may appear to be a small difference to the people that report to us, but in fact, it can be a big difference in how they react and how they engage in what they do. So what do I mean by that? I simply mean this. When you take the time to pat someone on the back, to let them know that they've done a good job, when you take the time when someone's struggling with a project to pull up next to them and help them with that project, when you take the time to see the potential that really lies in someone and then encourage them and inspire them to reach that higher potential, it may be a little thing for you, but the reality is it's a big thing for them, and it makes a big difference. If you want to build an accountable organization, take care of the little things, keep your commitments to your people, and watch them thrive. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends. I'll see you next time.